everyone, welcome to today's class. Today is day 40 of our web development course. Okay, today is day 40 of our web development course, and today I want to look at functions. Okay, today I want to look at functions in JavaScript. Okay. And before we can dive into today, I would like to pass through just a simple recap about what we covered yesterday. Yesterday was day 39. We looked at control structures. Okay. Just passing through these control structures here, which we looked at yesterday. They enable us to direct the flow of our code. Okay. And these ones here, for example, we had, the if statements. Look at the if statements. Okay. We looked at if statements where we had, for example, if, else if, else if. Looked at all these statements yesterday. Okay. And yesterday we also looked at switch statements. All these ones here, they control the flow of the program. Okay. Okay. So for example, we had here the if, and also we had the switch statements. Okay. Switch statements yesterday's class. Okay. So here we had, for example, the case, the break. So these are things we studied yesterday's class, and these things control the flow of the program. These things control the flow of the program. Okay. So members, if you missed yesterday's class, I would urge you to go back and you watch yesterday's class. We looked at all these things yesterday, and these things, they will look at them in the future. They will be very, very important. Okay. So this one I can take it off right now. This is what you covered yesterday. And members, before we can begin here, I'll just hit about what you're going to cover tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be day 41, and I want to look at day 41 tomorrow, and we're going to look at strings. We'll look at string methods. Okay. So members, please don't miss. Tomorrow I'm going to look at string methods. I'm going to look at all the various string methods we have. Okay. So please, members, don't miss tomorrow's class. Don't be day 41. We shall look at string methods. Okay. So today I will look at functions. So members, today we are looking at functions. Okay. So what is a function? We have seen a lot of things. For example, we have seen, a word. A word, then this. I'm just giving an example. You have seen a lot of things which look like this. If you see anything that looks like this, if I can maybe put something like this, you see something which looks like this, anything that looks like this is a function. Members, let me record that. Anything that looks like this is a function. Anything that looks like this is a function in JavaScript. Okay. Anything that has these quotes like this, these parentheses, these brackets which are like that are called parentheses. I don't know if the spelling is correct, but parentheses, like something like this, parentheses. These ones here are called these ones here which are seeing these brackets here like this, parentheses. These ones are called parentheses. These ones here are seen here. Anything that looks like this is a function. Okay. So most commonly, the most common function we have been using indirectly, what you need to know that you're using a function, is called the console.log. Console.log. We have been using this one from the very beginning of JavaScript up to now. This is a function of its own. You see it, members? This one is a function of its own. And this one here, we just pass it. It works independently. Okay. So let me first create a folder. Let me see how we are going to do this. I come here in my lessons here, JavaScript class. I put here day 40. New file, new folder, day 40. def 40 as you can see there, def 40, and I come here like this, I say open with code, open with code. Yeah, it's coming, it's coming. We are going to look at all these functions. We are going to look at how functions are. Yeah? How functions are. Yeah? We have a lot of functions. For example, we have the prompt functions. We have the prompt functions. Yeah? We have the prompt functions. Yeah? We have functions, for example, the lowercase to lowercase to uppercase. We'll look at all these functions. To lowercase. To lowercase, yeah. Then we have to uppercase, yeah. To uppercase. We are going to look at all these, eh? We're going to look at all these. So it's coming like here, and this is what I wanted. So what I wanted. Let me come here. Default inside my default here. I open with the code. So members, as you can see, this is my default. As you can see, my folder is default there. Okay, okay. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to create the style.css file. You have seen that we don't need that much. I just create here my index.html. Index.html. Okay, okay. So I create my index file, index.html. I come here. No, this one is actually another step. I come, I do like this. I put the embed abbreviation there, and I get the structure of my HTML. Okay, okay. So here I'm just going to put something very small. I can even put here heading 1, JavaScript class, JavaScript class. Okay, okay. So members, as you can see, I'm going to put here JavaScript class, as you can see it there. Okay, okay. And I can come here and I say go live. Go live, and you can see my JavaScript classes here. So members, as you can see here, that I've just put here, for example, the h1 tag JavaScript class. That's all that we are doing there. So I'm going to come here and I put, for example, my app.js. App.js, you already know that app how it looks like. Then I come and just link here. I link here, for example, script source. And here I put here app.js. Then here at the end here I put the fun. You already know this one, so already know that our functions, we have been using functions when we don't know it. I come here, I put here, my emphasis is always the console. Inside I don't even type there, because what I'm dealing with is not C, and it's only seen in the console. Okay? Okay. So the first function you can see we have always been using is console.log. I come here and say console.log. Then I put here, for example, welcome to today's class. Welcome to today's class. Okay? Okay. At least this one you already know, you have already seen this function here. How it works, how it operates. Yeah? It's here. Okay? Welcome to today's class, you can see it, okay? Okay? This one you don't know how this function operates. I can come here as a CLG. Then I put here, for example, 1. Then I come here, CLG. Then I put here 2. Eh? I see the console, it looks like they are here 1, 2. You see? So members, this one you don't know how this function operates. Eh? There are also other functions. For one thing that you should know is that anything that looks like this, console.log like this, yeah, with parentheses, these curved brackets like these ones here, yeah, these curved brackets like this, eh? These ones are functions. Okay, okay. So I can even, there's another. Let me first try alert and I see alert. Let me first try alert and I see alert. Then I put here hello. Then I say it looks like You see, it is here. You see, it is here. So members, all those things you are seeing, all those, if I say okay, it goes away. You see? But hello, it's there. Then I come here and say welcome. Welcome. You see? Then I see it's like that, welcome. You see it here? You see it here? So those ones you are seeing, all of them, they are functions. I can maybe put even here alert. It's like this. Yeah? Then I say here, welcome today. To today's class. Okay? So members, all those you can see, they are functions. Okay? You see? They are functions. If I come and I reload here, welcome to today's class, it is here. Okay? Okay. So I can come here and say that I put here at the alert, I say we are learning. We are learning JavaScript. JavaScript. Okay? Okay. So members, you see here we are learning JavaScript. Okay? Okay. So if I come here and this is my console and I say we are learning JavaScript, you see the alert is here. We are learning JavaScript. Okay? Okay. I can even put prompt even. I can put even a prompt. Yeah? So members, you see that I have here the alert, and you have seen how the alert has worked for us. Okay? Okay. Then I can even put here, and I can even come here in my alert here. Then I put here, for example, we are learning to use alert. Okay? And then I put it there like this, and it loads. You see, then it comes like this. We are learning to use alert. I say okay. Okay? You see? Then I come here, I put another alert. For example, alert. Then I put here danger ahead. Danger ahead. Danger ahead. Danger ahead. You see? Danger ahead. Then I come like this and I wrote, you see? We are learning to use alert. Then danger ahead. You see this one here? Okay? Okay. And I can come and put another function, for example, prompt, the prompt function. Prompt function. Let me first think and I see this. What am I going to do? Let me just say a const message is equal to, I'm just thinking about what I can put in that. Then I say here, const message is equal to prompt. I put here prompt. Then I come here, I say write your name. I put the message and I say here write your name. Write your name. Okay? Then I put, for example, that. Then I come here. Then I come here, I say console.log. Then I come, I do like this, and I say console.log message. Whatever you put inside that prompt, it will come as a message. Just like that, okay? Okay. So when I come here like this, I first remove these ones here. And I come here this and I say first cancel. Let's go back to our console here. Let's first go back to our console. Let me reload. Let me first remove these alerts here. They are causing some bit of havoc. Then I come here like this. Then I put here write your name. You see, this one is a prompt, but it shows it enables someone to fill in something. It's a kind of input. When I write my name, for example, Clancy here, like this. When I do like that, and I say okay, it goes to the console directly. You see, write your name. I put here Clancy, like this. Okay, and I say okay, it goes to the console directly. You see it is here. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing what is here? Const message is equal to prompt like that, write your name. Eh? Then I can even come here and say const message, write your school. Write your best your best programming language. Write your best programming language. Yeah? Language. And here it is console.log. The console is here waiting for what you're going to put inside here, and it shows it. Okay? Okay. Then I come like this and say, what is write your best programming language? It comes here. Then you put here, for example, I can say JavaScript. JavaScript. Then I come and say, okay, JavaScript automatically comes here in the console. You see it there? Okay. So members, that is how functions run. Yeah? They're just code like you just call it, then it works there. Are you seeing, members? Yeah? So all these functions here, they are there. All these functions are there. They are there. I can even let me talk about even the toLowerCase and toUpperCase. We shall look at this in our future classes, but let me just talk about this ones here, the toLowerCase and toUpperCase. Okay? Let me just give a brief talk about this. So, for example, if I have my message here, let me first remove this. I first comment and I come here and say const message. When I comment, it won't be seen. It won't be seen by the console or the browser. So when I come here and say const message is equal to, then I say, for example, my message is we are learning JavaScript. Okay? We are learning JavaScript. And I put like this. Yeah? Then I put like this. Yeah? We are learning JavaScript. And I come here, for example, and I say here, const, yeah? Let me say const capital letter message. You see? Capital letter message. And I come here and this and I say is equal to, I put here a message, the message which I know here, and I said toUpperCase like this. Okay? toUpperCase like this. Okay? Then I come here and I say clg console.log, then I come here and say capital letter message. You see it? Capital letter message. But before I can console.log capital letter message, let me first console.log message and you see it. Message is like that. Okay? Okay. So when I come here like this and I console.log message, my message is here. We are learning JavaScript. Are you seeing it? We are learning JavaScript. Now I want to use this function here toUpperCase. You see this toUpperCase. I want to use that function there. So when I put here toUpperCase message toUpperCase, and I come here and say capital letter message like this. And I come and I say it comes here. We are learning JavaScript. Are you seeing it? It is in capital letters. You see it? It is in capital letters. Okay? Okay. Then I can come here like this, and I even say maybe to lowercase. I use that function to lowercase. Are you seeing it? To lowercase. It puts it to small letters. You see? It puts it to small letters only. Okay, members, you have understood this? Okay. So all these functions you are seeing here, prompt, alert, these ones here toUpperCase, there are even more that I've not talked about. All of them are inbuilt. All these ones you are seeing here. These ones here alert, these ones here toUpperCase, these ones you are seeing all here. All these functions you are seeing here, all of them are inbuilt functions. They are inbuilt functions. They are inbuilt functions. Okay? They are inbuilt functions. That is how they work. That is how they operate. They are inbuilt functions. Okay? Okay. So, members, if you can see this, these ones here, you just pass them through. The JavaScript already knows these functions. So for them, they don't need any requisition for them to respond. Okay? Okay. That's how you can see that it's like that. Okay? Okay. So members, now these ones here are inbuilt. Now, what happens if I want to create my own function? Let me just scroll down here a little bit. Those ones you have seen them, they are inbuilt functions. Then they are what they call custom functions. They are what they call custom functions. Custom functions, these are the ones that you create yourself. Eh? Custom functions. These ones here are what you create yourself, you create by yourself. Eh? These ones here, the custom functions, you create them by yourself. JavaScript don't know them. JavaScript, these ones here, you create them yourself. You create them, you create them, you create them yourself. Yourself. And these ones here, JavaScript does not know them. These ones here, JavaScript does not know them. JavaScript does not know them. JavaScript does not know them. Does not know them. No? Does not know them. Are you seeing here? Yeah? These ones here JavaScript does not know them. Another name for these custom functions are what they call function declarations. They are what they call function declarations. Function declarations. Okay? Okay. So members, custom functions as you see them here, these ones you create them by yourself, and you also don't know them. These ones are function declarations, as you see them there. You create them by yourself. Yeah? So we are going to look at how you create these ones and how JavaScript gets to know them. We have looked at these ones here, which are up here. These ones are inbuilt. These ones JavaScript knows them. Yeah? But these ones here, they are custom made. You can even make it by yourself. Yeah? You want to see how it looks like. Okay? Okay. So members, let me try to simplify this in the simplest way. You know, functions sometimes they tend to confuse people. They tend to confuse someone. Okay. Let me try to simplify. Let me try to simplify it in the easy way possible. In the easiest way possible, at the level of a baby. Okay. Okay. Functions here. I'm trying to simplify it. Functions. That's just a basic program that we set to do something for us. Do something for us. Okay. Okay. So that's how the function is. There are in two categories. I'm trying to simplify. There are two categories. There's a category which is called they are in two categories. The first category is one that is inbuilt JavaScript functions. JavaScript functions. Okay? Okay? Okay. So members, I'm trying to simplify it in the easiest way possible. Okay? Okay. So members, you can see here that these ones are inbuilt JavaScript functions. Okay? And that is how they look. Then I want to specify this one here that they are what they call custom. Custom. Custom or man-made. Man-made. Functions. Okay? Man-made functions. Okay? Man-made functions. Okay? Okay. So members, you can see that these ones are custom or man-made functions. Inbuilt functions, we have already seen them. These ones here, for example, we have the console.log, we have the console.log, we have console.log, also .log, like this. We have prompt, we have prompt, we have already seen how these ones are. Then we have, for example, alert, we have alert, we have toLowerCase, toLowerCase. There are even more that I've not talked about, but they are there. Okay? They are there. Then we have toUpperCase, they are there. There are even more that I've not talked about. There are even more. So these ones here, you see them, these ones here, they come with JavaScript already inbuilt. These ones are inbuilt JavaScript functions. And these ones are easy to use. These ones are easy to use. Okay? Okay. So remember, that is how those functions are. That's how they come. You'll see them that they are there, but you just use them like this. Okay? Okay. So now we have what they call custom or man-made functions. Okay? These ones here, they are made by man. They are made by us. Okay? But these ones here, they follow what they call certain protocol. Don't just make them, you don't just write them the way you want. Yeah? Don't just write them the way you want. What the inside here there are majorly three categories. There's what they call the function declarations. These ones are a little bit simpler to use. The function declarations. Eh? We're going to look at them. We won't look at them in detail. Eh? And how their structures look like. Then we have what they call the function expressions. We have what they call the function expressions. The function expressions. Then the function expressions, we have what we call the arrow functions. Okay? Then we have what they call the arrow functions. Okay? Okay. So members, as you can see, this is just a brief summary. You can write it down in your book. You can write it down somewhere. Okay? So that you don't forget. Okay? Okay. So members, these ones here have their own structure. This one has its own structure. This one has its own structure. Even this one has its own structure of writing it. Okay? So these ones here, they are made by you. They are made by you, but only the other thing you just do is just follow the structure. Just follow the structure. The structure of each. The structure of each. Okay? Okay. But these ones here, they are made by you. They are made by you. Okay? These ones here are inbuilt within JavaScript. Okay? Okay, so you can write down this one somewhere. You can write down this one somewhere that you don't forget it. Okay? Okay. So members, we are going to come. Right now you have understood this. Have you written it down somewhere? Have you written it down somewhere? Okay, if you have written it down somewhere, it's good. So we are going to come here, and now my emphasis is now we have looked at this one here. We have looked at this one here for inbuilt. Now my emphasis is going to come here. Function declarations. Okay? Okay. Function declarations. Okay? Okay. So members, I want to show you how the function declarations look like. I'm going to come after the function declarations. I'm going to come to function expressions. After expressions, I'm going to come to arrow functions. As simple as that. Now I'm going to come here and I put here function declarations. Function declarations. Yeah? This one falls under the ones which are man-made, or the ones that we write by ourselves. Okay? Okay. So these ones here, we always start with a function keyword. Yeah? These ones here always start with the function keyword. Yeah? Keyword. Okay? Always and always, these ones here, they start with a function keyword. Okay? Okay. These ones are man-made by us. I'm not sure how they look like. Yeah? Always start with a function keyword. Yeah? These ones always start with a function keyword. These ones always start with a function keyword. Then after the function keyword, when we have a function name, yeah, then your then followed by your function name, by your function name, by your own custom name, by your own custom name, and that you have chosen. Okay? Okay? They always start with a function keyword. Then the function keyword is always like this function. It's always a function. Yeah? These ones here are function declarations. Okay? That is how function declarations look like. Okay? Okay. So members, you can see them. They are here. They start with function and the keyword. The function keyword is called the function. Then followed by your own custom name. Okay? Okay. So members, as you can see, they look like this. Let me give you the structure of how they look. The structure. Now we are looking at the structure. Structure. The structure of how they look. Okay? Okay. So the structure, let me even underline it here, and you look at the structure how it looks like. Okay? Okay. So the structure, how they look like this. Function. Function. Yeah. Then your own name, yeah, your own created function, your own name, yeah. And you see like something like this, then it comes like this, yeah, your own name, then it comes like this, then you open here, this invert these codes here, then it comes like this. Okay? Okay. So members, you can see the structure looks like this. As simple as that. As simple as that. Your own name, you put it there. Your own name or your created name, yeah? Your own name, your created name, then it comes like that. Are you seeing it? This is how the structure looks like. Begin with the function name, the function keyword, function, then followed by your own name, yeah? Your custom name, yeah? I can even put here, instead of your own name, I put here your custom, yeah? Your custom, yeah? Your custom name, yeah? Your custom name. Then it has this parenthesis here. Then it closes. It opens and closes like this. Yeah? Then there's something that I need to tell you. JavaScript does not know this function. JavaScript does not know this function. Does not know this function. No, this function. Yeah? Does not know this function because you created it by yourself. Yeah? Does not know this function. We can remove this one from here. Okay? So let me try to push this one up. This one here up a little bit. This one up like this. This one here. The structure of how it looks like. And like this. Okay? Okay. So members, you can see it looks like this. Eh? So one thing I can tell you is that JavaScript does not know this function. JavaScript not. Yeah? JavaScript does not know this function. JavaScript does not know this function. Know this function. Yeah? Because you created it by yourself. Yeah? It doesn't know this function because you created it by yourself. You created it by yourself. You created it by yourself. By yourself. Yourself. Okay? Okay. So members, this is how it goes. JavaScript does not know this function because you created it by yourself. Okay? Okay. So how does JavaScript know this function? Yeah? JavaScript to know this function here, you have to call this function. You have to call this function. You have to call for JavaScript to know this function. For JavaScript to know this function, you have to call it. You have to call it. Or there's also something which they call it, or even you have to call it, or they use a complicated term somewhere. Some people use complicated terms like, for example, invoke. But invoke, like invoking, but let me just use a simple term, call it. Okay? Okay, not this down, not these ones down, okay? Not these ones down. So after using, just for this is the structure which is meant to use. This is the structure that you are meant to use. Function, your custom name, like this how it looks. Then you open you open those parentheses and you close them. Then you open these quotes like that. Okay? Okay. So after you doing something like this, after you doing something like this, then you have to call it. Final step. The final step is calling this function. Calling this function. Okay? Final step is calling this function. Okay? Okay. Now how do you call this function? You call it like this. You come here, then you call it here. Calling the function. Yeah? Then you say your custom name. Your custom name. Custom name. Okay? Then you call it there. As simple as that. You put it there. At the end, after you writing this function, you call it like that. Yeah? Let me even put it here. Immediately, let me even switch this one here. Let me even switch this one here, and I switch it here. Yeah. Immediately you finish writing this function like this. Yeah. You have to call it here at the end after closing this at last bracket. You have to call this function here. Have you understood, members? Yeah. JavaScript does not know this function. At the end you have to call it. If you don't call it at the end here, it will not work. Let me repeat this. If you don't call it, if you don't call it, you don't call it. If you don't call it, call it. If you don't call it, yeah, it will not work. It won't work. It won't work. Okay? Because JavaScript does not know it. If you don't call it, it will. If you don't call it, it won't work. Okay? Not this. Not this somewhere. Not this. Have you understood? Not this. If you don't call it here, JavaScript will never know it and it will not work. Okay? Okay. So let me show you an example. Let me show you an example. Let me come here. And now I want to show you an example. Even if these ones I removed them for some time, we have already seen them. So I come here, this one I show here functions. Functions, then I come here, I say function declarations. Declarations. Okay? Function declarations. Okay? So I come here, I say function. Function. And I say here, function add these numbers. Or I can come and say function say hello. Function say hello. Yeah? Function say hello. Yeah? To me. Okay? So function say hello to me. So I'm just creating that function. It just does not know it. Then I come here like this, and I put something like this. Yeah? Then I put here console.log, log like this. And I put here hello Clancy. Yeah? Hello Clancy. Are you seeing? Just something like this. Eh? Just something like this. Okay? Okay. So now when I do something like this, console.log Clancy, hello Clancy like this. When I come here in my console, it won't show anything because it's waiting for anything, but it won't show anything. Are you seeing? It won't show anything at all because JavaScript does not know this function. JavaScript does not know this function at all. It doesn't know this function. So for JavaScript to know this function, I need to come here and then I call it, calling the function. I put here calling the function. Calling the function. Okay? And I come here and I say, I call it and I say say hello to me. And I call this function like this, as simple as that. Say hello to me. Then when I come here, it is here. Hello Clancy. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this, members? Members, are you seeing this? You can even write it down in your notebook. You can write it down somewhere. Okay? That is how it is. Yeah? So you have to call it. You have to call this function. That is when it will work. Yeah? Let us do 5 examples of this. Let us do 5 examples of this. Yeah? Example 1. Example 1. Example 1. Okay? I say here function greet me. Give me a morning greeting. Morning greeting. And I come here like this. Then I say here like this. CLG console.log. Good morning. I put here good morning. Clancy. Okay? Okay. So JavaScript does not know these functions. Then I know these functions. Then I come here and I say hello. Say morning greeting. Just like this. So as you can see here, morning greeting as it looks. Okay? Okay. So you can see it's like that. Then when I come here, it is there. Good morning. As you can see it, it is here. Okay? Okay. Then I'm going to come here and I put example 2. Example 2. Okay? Then I put here function. Function afternoon greeting. Afternoon greeting. Okay? Afternoon greeting. Okay? Okay. Then I come here, I set CLG console.log. CLG console.log afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Members, I hope you are doing this with me. I hope you are doing this with me. I don't want you to get lost. I don't want you to get lost. So it's like this. And I come here, I call this function. I come here, I say afternoon greeting. I call it at the end. I call it at the end, afternoon greeting. Okay? Okay, so I come in the console, it's there. Good afternoon, class, it is here. You see it? You see it? It's there. Okay? Okay. So members, you can see it's there. Then I come here. Then I come here and I say here, example 3. Example 3. Example 3. Example 3. Okay? And I come here and I say function. Function, good evening. Evening greeting. Evening greeting, and I come like this. I say here CLG, good evening, Clancy. Good evening. Good evening, Clancy. Are you seeing like this? Are you seeing like this? And I come like this and I say evening greeting. Evening greeting like this. I call this function. I call this function here. Are you seeing it? And I come here this and I say good evening class. You can see it is there. Okay? Okay? And I come here, for example, and I come here and I say greet her. Example 4. And I come here, I say function greet Jane. Function greet Jane. Are you seeing greet Jane like this? And I come here this and I put here and I say console.log CLG console.log and I say here good morning Jane. Good morning Jane. Good morning Jane. Okay? Okay. So after doing like this, it won't work, and I come here and I pass it down here. And I say here greeting Jane like this. Okay? Okay. So I must call this function all the time. I must call this function. Good morning Jane. Okay? Okay. Then I come here, for example, and I say here example 5. Example 5. Okay? Example 5. And I put here, for example, greet Tom. I put here function greet Tom. You see these functions, I'm just creating them by myself. I'm not getting them from anywhere. But I just come here, CLG console.log, and I put here, for example, good evening Tom. Good evening Tom. Good evening Tom. Okay? Okay. So I come here, for example, and I say greet Tom like this. then I come here like that. Okay? So when I do something like this, it comes here. Good evening, Tom. You see, it is there. Okay? Okay. So members, you can see that we have done exactly as it is here. Okay? Exactly as it is there. Okay? Okay. So members, you can see that we have done exactly as it is here. So now I'll talk about something new. Yeah? I'll talk about something new, and that thing is this very thing. I hope you have noted this down. I hope you have noted this down. Okay, okay. I hope you have noted this down. Okay, okay. Now I'll first talk about something called parameters. Before we can go to the next one here, function expressions and arrow functions. Let me talk about parameters. Talk about parameters. Parameters. We talk about parameters. Okay? Okay. So members, parameters are these things here. Yeah? Parameters that is something you pass, you put in the parenthesis or parenthesis. Yeah? Parenthesis. Yeah? That is something that you put in the parenthesis. Yeah? What are parentheses? Parentheses are these ones here. Let me even talk about it. Let me copy this one as it is. Let me copy this one as it is, exactly as it is. I copy this one exactly as it is, then I come here. Now let me remove this. And I put here, for example, let me just put here function. Function, learning function. Learning function. Learning. Okay? And I put here, for example, something like this, then I come here, and I open like this, and I come here, for example, like that. Eh? Then I come here and I call this one learning. Eh? It must be like this. Have you understood this? Have you understood this? Okay. So what are parameters? Parameters are these things here which are inside here. This space which is here. Are you seeing that space which is inside there? Yeah? Are you seeing that space which is inside here? These are parameters here. These ones here are parameters. Yeah? These ones you are seeing here are parameters. Okay? Okay. In these parameters here, inside here, I can put here. You see what is inside there? Yeah? What is inside here? Yeah? Inside that space. Inside here, what I put inside there are what they call parameters. Or someone can even shorten them and call them params. Yeah? Yeah? Parameters. That's something that you put inside these parentheses. Those are called parameters. Okay? We normally put their variables. We normally put their variables. Yeah? Normally put their variables. Okay? We normally put their variables. Okay? Inside there, we normally put their variables. Okay? Okay, so let me give an example here when I'm putting there a variable, and we see. I can come here, I put here, we are now learning parameters. Okay? We're now learning parameters. So I come here like this and I put here, for example, function. Okay? Function. Then I say here, and I put here, greeting. Maybe greeting James. Okay? Okay. And I come, I put this one inside here and I say message. Put here, I say message. And I put here, I say greeting message. Or let me just say greeting message. Greeting message. Greeting message. Okay? So members, I come here, for example, I say greeting message. Yeah? Or I can just come here and put here, for example, message. My message. Yeah? My message. Yeah? my message. Okay, this one here I'm putting here is like a variable. It's like a variable, but I'm putting there a parameter. Are you seeing it? It's my parameter, but it's my message. Are you seeing this one? Yeah, it's a parameter. And I come here like this and I open like this. Then I say here CLG, and I put here my message. My message. Okay? It's going to show my message inside there. Okay? Okay. And I come outside here and I put here, for example, greeting James. Okay? Okay, and I come here this and I put inside here hello James. Hello James. Yeah? How are you? How are you? As simple as that. As simple as that. Okay? Okay. Then I come here this and I see here how it looks like. Hello James, how are you? So members, are you seeing it? I put inside here a variable. I put inside a variable. I put a variable. I put a variable. A variable called message. Eh? Called my message. Called my message. Okay? Called my message. Okay? I put a variable called my message. Okay? Okay. Somebody understand that, understand this, eh? Understand this. Okay? Okay. So it's like this. Okay? Okay. So I can come here like this. It looks like this. Hello James, how are you? Like this. Okay? Or I can even do it like this. Or I can even do it like this. Or I can even do it like this, and I come here and say const my message to Tom like this. Then I say here, I'm just giving another example there, and then you see it. My message to Tom is, then I put here hello Tom, how are you? Now this one I'm using Tom as an example here. Okay? Okay. Then I come here this and I put here, for example, function. But now everything needs to function within. But let me see if it's going to work for us. Greeting Tom. I must see if it's going to work. But I know very well greeting these functions here. They normally work from within. Okay. Okay. So I want to see if it's going to work. And I put here this and I say my message to Tom. My message to Tom. Yeah. I want to see if it's going to work. Then I come here and I say CLG. My message to Tom. My message to Tom. I want to see if it's going to work. But remember, our functions here, they normally, you need to call them. Outside, you need to call them. Okay? Then I come here and say greeting Tom. Okay? I call that function very well outside, and I see. Hello Tom, how are you? So this one here, I'm trying to see if it's going to work like this. I'm trying to see if it's going to work. Post my message to Tom. Hello, how are you? Like this. If I get this message here, and I put it, for example, inside here, inside there, and I see how it is. Okay. I understand now. We are going to see all this, eh? We're going to see all this. So members, understand this, that instead of being like that, my message to Tom, I just come like this and I grab this message here. Eh? I just grab that message there and I put it inside. I remove this variable here. My variable, I'm just putting it there, and I come and I put it inside here. Are you seeing it? Like that, okay? Okay. So there it will work very well. It will work very well. Hello Tom, how are you? Yeah? Yeah, greeting Tom. I'm seeing something that didn't work. I'm seeing why I think it did work like that. Yeah? Let me first reverse it back. I see. I see why you see. Just making a mistake here. Just making a mistake here. It cannot work. It cannot work. Okay. Greeting Tom, just like this. I see. Undefined. Undefined means that you have put it outside the function. Outside the function. Are you seeing? It's calling a function that is not there. Are you seeing it? So it's calling a function that is not there. Like as if there is nothing inside here. Yeah? It's showing that it's a void, like there is nothing inside there. Let us first try and we see if we get like this and we put it inside here and we see. Unquote syntax error. Are you seeing this? So by default this is supposed to be like this. So remove this one here, then you put inside here. Like that. Okay. Hello Tom, how are you? So remember, this is how it looks. This is how it looks. Okay, this is how it looks. Okay. So members, this is how the function looks, and you can use that one. Okay. So let me just give another example. Let me just give another example here before we can dive into other things. Example 2 of this one. And I come here, for example, and I say, write a program that calculates the area of a triangle. The area of a triangle. Okay. So members, as you can see here, write a program that calculates the area of a triangle. Okay. So we know very well that area of a triangle is equal to half base times height. Half times base times height. Times height. Okay. Members, you know this very well. You know that very well. Okay. So I can come here this and I put here, for example, function, and I put here area of a triangle. I'm now creating this function by myself. Area of a triangle. Okay. I create this function by myself. I put it there. Then this idea I put base. And height. Put base and height inside here. Base and height. I'm those are the ones that I'm passing inside that function. Okay. Those are my parameters that I'm using. Base and height. Are you seeing it? And I come here and say const. Const area is equal to a half. 1 divided by 2. Times base. Times height. Are you seeing these members? Okay. I do like that. Okay. And I come here and I say CLG console.log, and then I come here and I put here console.log area. Area. Are you seeing it? And I come here and I now call that function. Outside I call that function area of a triangle, and then I put in those things. For example, the base here, the base was 4 meters. And the height was 6 meters. Okay. So I come here and I pass that one here. The base was 4 and the height was 6. Height was 6. As simple as that. And that's what we get. 12. Are you seeing here? We get 12. Our answer is 12. Okay? Our answer is 12. Okay? So members, I hope you have really understood. You have understood. You have totally understood how to use parameters. Okay. 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 So yeah, I hope you have understood how to use parameters very well. Okay. These ones are what they call function declarations. You just declare that function, then you call it. Okay. Okay. So members, I want you to practice this as much as you can. Practice this as much as you can. Okay. It has given us our answer as 12. Yeah. Our answer is 12. Okay. Okay. So you must practice this as much as you can. Practice this as much as you can. Okay. Okay. So we are going to another one, and another one is the function expressions. Someone has requested me to do another example before you can go into function expressions. Okay. Okay. So let me give you another example here. Example 3. Example 3. I come here like this and I say write a program that calculates the sum of two numbers. Okay. Okay. And I come here, for example, and I say here, come here this and I say, then I come here and I say function sum of two numbers, then I come like this and I open the parenthesis there, and I say here like that, and I come here, I say number one, then number two. Okay. 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 Just like that. Or I can even put here and say 3, but okay, let me just set two numbers just for today. We shall look at that one later. Then I come here and say const sum of these numbers, sum of these numbers, what should I say? Sum of two numbers is the function. Okay. And I come here, it says const their sum. I even say their sum. Okay. Their sum is equal to number one plus number two. Okay. Okay. Then I come here and I say CLG, console.log CLG. console.log their sum. Okay. Okay. So I'm not even put the two numbers there. Then I come here down here below this function here. I come here and say I call that function sum of two numbers, as you can see it there. Then I put there, for example, 20 and 30. Okay? Just like that. Okay? This 20 here represents the first number, this 30 here represents the second number. Okay? Okay. So when I come here, for example, and I see how it looks like 50. Their total is 50. Their total here is 50. Okay? Okay. So this is how that is how we do it. That is how we calculate. That is how we calculate DC. That is how we calculate this sum. Okay? Okay. So members, this is how it looks like. Okay? Okay. Now, let me talk about now function expressions. Okay? Function expressions. That's what we have next here. Function expressions. Function expressions. Okay? Okay. That's what we have here right now. function expressions. Now, what does a function expression do? This one here looks like a function declaration. Just that here we define the function name. We define the function name. We define the function name. It's going to take one, for example, the structure. The structure of this function expression is going to be like this. The structure. Yeah? The structure. Now we're looking at the structure of a function expression. It's like that. It looks like this. For example, here we don't need to start with the function. Here we don't start with the function. We start with the function name. I can come here and this now I say here const. Yeah? Const something. Something. Yeah? Yeah? Then I come here and I say here then I come here, this is equal to function. Function. Then I put here like this. Like that. Okay? Then I put that it's like it appears like this. Then but here we must return. But here we must return. We must return. But we must return. Yeah? But we must return. Yeah? We must return something. Okay? Then it goes like this. Cross here. As simple as that. That is how the function expression looks like. Okay? That is how the function expression looks like. Okay? Okay. Some of us want to do like 2 examples of that function expression, and you see, and we even get used to it. Okay? Okay. So let me come here and I put here, for example, function expression. Function expression. This is just another way of writing this thing. Okay? Okay. And I come here, for example, and I say const add numbers. Add numbers. Okay? Then I come here this and I say function. Function. And I put here, for example, num1, yeah, and num2. I don't use the other one of number like the way it has been up there. I'm just using num1, num2 like that. And I come here like this and I say const. I'm putting now const inside. Const inside. Const answer. Answer. Or answer. Or final. I mean just say a final answer. Final answer. Final answer. What's final answer is equal to num1 plus num2 plus num2 plus num2. Okay? Okay. Then I come here this and I say return. Instead of me putting even console.log, let me just say here return. I don't know if it's going to show in the console, but let me just say here return result. Return result. Return final answer. Okay? Okay? Okay. So let me first see how it looks like. So members, you can see here that this function expression here, we are storing a function inside a variable. We're storing a function inside a variable. We're storing all these functions inside a variable. Now to see this thing in the console, I come here, for example, console.log, then I come here like this, and I put here. Now the add number is here, comes like this, and I put, for example, 40 and maybe 70. Okay? And I want to see it in the console now. I come inside the console and I see 110. Are you seeing this? 110. Okay? Okay. So let me this is example 1 for function expressions. example 1 of function expression. Let me give now example 2 and we see. Let me give now example 2 and we see. Okay? Okay. Example 2, I'm going to say here, we're going to now multiply. Okay? Const. Multiply my numbers. Okay? Okay. And I come here, this is a variable here, and I'm storing a function inside a variable. Okay? Okay. And I come here, I say function, I come like this, then I come here and I say number, let me just say here num 3. Oh, okay, let me just say num 1. Yeah? Then I come here and say num 2. Okay? Okay. And I come here this, and I come here and I say here const the answer is equal to num1 plus num2 times num2. Okay? Okay. And I come here this and I return. I come here and I return the answer. Okay? Okay. And I come here and return the answer and I say here CLG console.log CLG, and I put here multiply my numbers. Yeah? And I come here and say 40 and 3. Okay? Okay, let me just say 40 and 10. Okay? And I say it looks like 400. Are you seeing 400? This 400 comes from here. Okay? So it comes from here. Yeah? Multiply my numbers. Okay? Okay. This is an example. Example 2. Okay? Example 2. Okay? Okay. Let me try to give you example 3. Yeah? Example 3, and we see. We are understanding this concept more and more. Okay? Okay. So I come here and say const multiply all my numbers. If I leave it like that, it will show an error because I'm already using that one up there. Come here and I say here function, and I come inside here and I say num1, eh? num2, num3, eh? num4. Are you seeing that? And I come here and I put here I open there and I say const the final answer. The final answer is equal to num1 times num2 times num3 times num4. Okay? Okay, then I say here return the final answer. Okay? Okay. Then I come here and I say here CLG, and I come here multiply all my numbers. And I come here and I say here num1. I come here and I say here 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to multiply all these ones and give me the final answer. Okay? Okay, let me wait for the answer and I see 24. Are you seeing the final answer is here? 24. The final answer is there, 24. It has multiplied 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. Give me 24. Members, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Okay? Okay. So, as you can see, this is the final answer. Now we have finished. We have finally finished. These are functional expressions. Okay, these are functional expressions. And when we are returning, let me even put it here. When you come here, for example, console.log, and now we are returning. You come here, for example, you put here something. We return that function inside there. Are you seeing it? Okay, this is how it looks like. Yeah? Functional expressions. Now we are going to what they call arrow functions. Arrow functions. Arrow functions. These are the last type of functions, of custom-made functions. Arrow functions. Arrow functions. And now arrow functions, how do they look like? You're going to see how they look like, okay? Okay. So members, you can see we have here arrow functions. I want to look at arrow functions today. And this is going to sum up our class, okay? Okay. So how do arrow functions look like? Arrow functions, they look like this. Yeah? I can come here and I say sum, I come here and say post, yeah? I put here sample function. Or sample name. Yeah? Sample name. Okay? Then I put here, for example, sample name, and I come here and, for example, say is equal to. I put here, for example, I put there something like this. Okay? But then, when I am closing here, I put something like this, and I do like this. Are you seeing it? This is how the arrow functions look like. But here in between here, I must return something. I must return. Okay? I must return something there. Then I come here and say at the end here I say CLG console.log, CLG console.log. Then I come here and say sample name, and I put here like this, like that. Okay? Okay, this is how arrow functions are always going to be looking like. Okay? Okay. So let me give you an example here. I want to give you an example here and then you see. Yeah? Give you an example here, then you see. Okay? Okay. So I want to come here like this and I give you, for example, example 1. Arrow functions. I have written this down, arrow, and now on arrow functions. Arrow functions. Okay? And now on arrow functions. Then I come here like this and I say const. Then I put here calculate the age. Calculate the age. Then I come here like this and I put here, for example, born year. Born year. Are you seeing it? Born year. Then I come here like this and I put this one here. That one shows that it is an arrow function. This one here shows that it is an arrow function. Then I come like this and I open here the quotes. As you can see, and I say here const age is equal to const here age is equal to, for example, 20, 25 or 26 or 2030 minus born year. Minus born year. Minus the born year. Minus the born year that I put up there. Okay? Okay. When I do something like this and I come here, you say return. Return the age. Okay? Okay. something like this, post age is equal to 2025 minus born year. Then I come here, I say return age, as you can see there. Then I come here and I say CLG console.log CLG, and I put here calc age, eh? Calc age, and I put here, for example, if my year is, let me say 1990, okay? 1990, okay? Okay, I now know the number of years that person has, okay? Okay, then I come here, this, and I put, then I see what I see in the console. And I come in my console very well, and I see 35. This person is 35 years, okay? This person is 35 years, okay? That person is 35 years old, okay? Okay, that person is 35 years old, okay? Post calc age is equal to born year, yeah, like that, okay? Okay, same as you can even do another example. I can even come and say here multiply my other numbers. Yeah? Example. This was example 1. This was example 1. Example 1. Now we are going to come here and go to example 2. Example 2. So now example 2 here is going to be const multiply my numbers, my new numbers, okay? Okay, like this. And I come here like this and I put them here. Multiply my new numbers. For example, I can come here and I put them here. I come here and I say number 1. Then I come here and I say number 2, like this. Then I can come here like this, and I put something like this, and I open like this. So that is how an arrow function is. This one here, you don't even see the name function anywhere. This one here, you don't even see. You don't even see the name function. The name function anywhere. Name function anywhere. Okay? But now instead of the name function we use instead we use this symbol here. Use this symbol here. Okay? Use that symbol there. Okay? Okay. So I come here, I say multiply my new numbers. Multiply my new numbers, as you can see it there. And I come here and say const. I come here and say const. I say here my answer will be my final answer will be number one times number 2 times number 2. Okay? Then I come here and I say return my final answer. That's the way it looks like. And I come here like this and I say here CLG console.log, and I come here I say multiply my new numbers. As you see them here, and I put my new numbers there. I can put here like 60, and I put here 70 or 80. Are you seeing it? And I won't come and see the answer it's going to give me. So when I come and see the answer, it's giving me 4,800. 4,800. So this is how we use an arrow function. It even looks to be the easiest function which you can use. Okay? Okay. So members, this is how we use an arrow function. I would like you to practice for this. Practice this, because it is very difficult if you don't practice. Okay? Practice. I think we shall even bring back our warm-ups here. Okay? Practice it on a daily basis, that you don't forget. We shall be using these things in these concepts here in our coming classes. Okay, so I want you to practice. Okay. Okay. So members, as you can see, we have come to the conclusion of our class today here, and we have here arrow functions. Okay, we have here arrow functions, financial function expressions. We have seen how all of them they have gone. Okay. So we began from the simplify here. I simplified for you here inbuilt functions, and then the custom-made functions, function declarations, function expressions, and arrow functions. Okay. Okay. So that is all about functions. You just need to practice these ones. These are the ones which look to be challenging. Okay. Especially this one here, function expressions, and which looks to be a little bit more challenging. Okay. But just when you practice, it will be good. Okay. Okay. So don't miss tomorrow's class. Tomorrow you're going to come and study string methods. Okay? Don't miss. Okay? Okay. So as if you're not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and notification icon so you don't miss any of the upcoming classes. Okay? Okay. I wish you a very good day. We shall meet